My name is Macy Maxwell, and for this case study, I chose to do AI data center development in Abilene, Texas. So let's get started. What is this, you may ask? Curacao, in partnership with Oracle and OpenAI, is rapidly building a multi-phase, high-capacity AI data center campus in Abilene, Texas. This project is part of the $500 billion StartGate initiative to scale AI infrastructure across the United States. The Abilene site already hosts 2 operational buildings and is expected to expand to 8, supporting hundreds of thousands of GPUs and up to 1.2 gigawatts of power capacity, found at Data Center Dynamics 2025. The types of groups I found involved in the bringing of the data center is task groups. These would be considered Curaçao's engineering and construction teams, along with Oracle's cloud infrastructure teams. Decision-making groups. These would be local government officials, zoning boards, and environmental review committees. Next up, we have the community and public groups, which are the residents of Abilene, advocacy groups, and the local businesses. Lastly, we have organizational groups, which are Curaçao's executive leadership teams and Oracle's strategic planning teams. The characteristics present include interdependency. The success of the data center depends on an organized infrastructure, hardware delivery, and software development. Identity. Curaçao's brand itself is considered an AI factory company. Structure. The hierarchical within the corporation. And then interaction, which is the more personal conversations happening within the corporation. Some decisions made in the AI data center development in Abilene include site selection. This was based on energy availability and access to the land. If I'm remembering correctly, I believe it sits on 800 acres, 80 acres of land. Partnership from Curaçao with Oracle and OpenAI. The infrastructure and computer needs are all found within these 3 companies. And then the fast-paced construction timeline. So within a year, 2 whole buildings were completed, fully functional, fully running, everything was in them, everything was good to go. So it is very, very fast-paced. My evaluation of the situation. So I'm going to start with the strengths this case presents. The strengths include the speed at which work was completed, again, within a year, 2 completely brand new buildings with fully operational. The strategic partnerships like OpenAI, Oracle, and Curaçao all working together, very, very strategic. And the potential for economic growth within Abilene. The weaknesses would be limited public engagement. The environmental concerns, like I said, it sits on a bunch of acres of land, which were trees and wildlife and things like that. And the potential strain on local infrastructure. In my opinion, I do not believe these were good decisions. I think that big tech was taken more into consideration than the lives of the local residents of Abilene, along with the environmental impact of the locals of Abilene, meaning the wildlife, the trees, the grass, stuff like that. I think that the want and need for AI expansion was the largest consideration, and the environmental impacts this may cause have not yet been considered by big tech. Now, based on Keaton and Beck's emphasis on effective group communication and decision-making found within this chapter, these are all the future recommendations to be considered by others. Enhancing stakeholder dialogue, transparency of communication, and sustainable commitments. So in conclusion, with those 3 future recommendations, I would have to agree that Keaton and Beck would be on my side with this evaluation. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you learned something.